Shalom. All praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Kakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles, the bishops, and the elders of GMS who rules well. Peace and salutations to the elect. My name is Anah. The title of this video is "The Heart is Deceitful Above All Things and Desperately Wicked." And the title has come from this title here, from the People's Voice. It says UK court delivers first ever thought crime conviction in British history. And basically, these are all steps moving towards the MOTB system, which is the mark of the beast, something to be implemented into your right hand or your forehead, where the global elites, uh, the banking elites, can control, the people. We have things like Neuralink, which will be one of the devices used, or something of the sort, because they have a lot of different models, something of the sort. So that's just something you can search on Google right now, Neuralink, to get an idea of what they're trying to accomplish. So something of the sort, basically, they will be using to track and monitor thoughts. There's a guy, he used it, that has it. He stayed up for 24 hours playing a video game, which I play games myself, but I wouldn't dare, basically bow down to the beast, to get this, then say, oh shoot, let me go play a video game for 20, So anyway, there's some folly there. It says UK court delivers first ever thought crime conviction in British history. So they're moving towards their MOTB system. It says a UK court this week has issued the first ever thought crime conviction in British criminal history after finding an army veteran guilty of illegally praying to God in his own mind. So, going to Amos 8 and 11, where they will censor the word of Yahweh Bashmial Shai, and basically really and truly try their best to censor the men of the Lord. The true men bringing the 100% truth, and that's starting with the men of Great Millstone, GMS, Elder Pastor Har on down. And so that's what they're trying to do. So this guy is convicted of a crime of praying in his mind to God, and I don't know how they thought it out, or whatever the case may be, or how they figured out that he was doing it. But anyway, this goes into once they implement their beast system and they're tracking everything, controlling everything, saying what you like, what you don't like, what are you buying your money on, what are you spending your money on, and eventually your thought process. You could be doing anything anywhere and think of a thought, and now you got a whole SWAT team surrounding you because you just thought a wicked thought. And that's the devil. This man is wicked, and he wants total control. So the point of this video is basically to point out that we're surrounded, uh, with evil spirits and wickedness and demons, and even things that Satan, Esau, Edom calls on these different demons, and they could allow these demons to put thoughts and things into your mind. You have things like MK Ultra. That's probably something to look into, which I'll probably look into it. I'm not too sure. Where they can, it's like mind control. So that's one form of something that you can look up on Google and kind of see where this is going, or what they're trying to do and what they could do. So I'm not going to read the article. Basically, this dude is praying silently. So he's praying silently near an abortion facility, and they're arresting him or pressing charges for him. And this is the first crime of the sort, in history, a thought crime. Imagine that. You're thinking about something, and now you're convicted. We're waiting to see, well, I'm waiting to see, what is all this going to do for anything. Something like the Epstein's list, you have Donald Trump. I guess he was on that list or something. I'm not too sure, but he's running for president. Whoever the case may be, there's a lot of people that were on that list that are still just walking around free. And now there's another list here, and nothing's really happening. This dude is in jail. All right, boom, and then that's it. It's not really much happening there, but we'll see. So that's the title. This is Proverbs 29:1. He that being often reproved hardeneth his neck shall suddenly be destroyed, and that without remedy. You gotta excuse me, I just ate, drinking some type of soda here, naturally soda. It's like a island drink or something. Anyway, Proverbs 29:1, it says, "He that being often reproved hardened his neck shall suddenly be destroyed and without remedy." It says, when the righteous are in authority, the people rejoice, but when the wicked bear rule, the people mourn. And basically people will be mourning, because of the wicked and what they're trying to bring, you know, to the world. Thought crimes. All right, so here we go. Jeremiah 17:5. Thus saith the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai, cursed be the man that trusteth in man and making flesh his arm, whose heart departeth from the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai. For he shall be like the heath in the desert, and shall not see when good cometh, but shall inhabit the parched places in the wilderness, in a salt land and not inhabited. Right, so this is the person that trusted in Esau, Edom, and his policy, and his ruling and things like that, because ultimately it's gonna lead to things like this, where if you're thinking something, they're gonna come after you. It says, "Blessed is the man that trusteth in the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai, and whose hope is the Lord is." Right. It says, "For he shall be as a tree planted by the waters, and that spreadeth out her roots by the river, and shall not see when he cometh, but her leaf shall be green, and shall not be careful in the year of drought, neither shall cease from yielding fruit." Yeah, neither shall cease from yielding fruit. Right. So people that trust in Yahweh Bashmi Shai will be better off. And you can go to Isaiah 65:13, where it says, "His servants shall eat and drink, and we shall laugh at destruction and famine when it comes," because trusting in the Lord will grant you those benefits that the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai provides. It says Jeremiah 17:9, which is the point. "The heart is deceitful above all things and desperately wicked. Who can know it?" So for them to issue this thought um, you know thought crime is kind of insane, because the scripture tell us clearly that the heart is deceitful above all things, and the heart here is the mind, right? And desperately wicked, who can know it? So you have different thoughts in your mind. And it says, "I, the Lord Yahweh Bashmi Shai, search the heart, which is the mind." It says, "I try the reins, even to give every man according to his ways and according to the fruit of his doings," right? And that's why we fight daily. It's a fight to stay in the truth. It's a fight just continue on, basically. Because we're dealing with different spiritual demons in high level places. Dealing with the wicked of the world that are casting out sorceries and different things onto the planet. And we're fighting in our mind to just walk that straight and narrow path, basically. And through all of that, Yahweh Bashmi Shai is searching out our mind. So that's the point. It's a wicked mind that we have. So this is a wicked as a law, basically. And ultimately, going to that MOTB system, you know, they can you know put anything on you, pin anything on you. Anyway, we got some precepts here, which I had them marked, but I just clicked off of it, so I guess it got unmarked. Let me see. This Jeremiah 16:12, it says, "And ye have done worse than your fathers, for behold, ye walk everyone after the imaginations of his evil heart." Right. So basically, following after the minds of our fathers, that they may not hearken unto me. Right. So you can see that the mind is evil. Here's Genesis 6:5. It says, "And Yahweh Bahashim Yahushai saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually." All right. Moving on. It's Isaiah 47:8. Now this scripture here, these scriptures here is going to go into the fact that Esau Edom uses these different sorceries and enchantments and things like that, and push it out in the earth, and sends demons, and evil wicked spirits throughout the earth to try to, you know, just cause chaos and put thoughts into your minds and different things like that. So going back to, this, you could just think something that Esau Edom has deliberately cast out a spell or a sorcery, you know, to make you think it. That's why you need the Lord, you know. Isaiah 47 and 8, it says, therefore hear now this, thou that art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly. This is talking about Babylon the Great. It says that saith in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. I shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. Right, so this is the pride of Esau Edom in his home base, which is Babylon the Great. It says, but these two things shall come to thee in a moment, in one day, the loss of children and widowhood. They shall come upon thee in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries. So you can see the many sorceries that Esau Edom, performs, witchcrafts and all of that, and they push these different things through media. They push it through like Disney Channel, excuse me, and different things like that. Um, So yeah, it says, in their perfection for the multitude of thy sorceries and for the great abundance of thine enchantments. For thou hast trusted in thy wickedness, thou hast said, none seeth me, thy wisdom and thy knowledge it hath perverted thee, and thou hast said in thine heart, I am, and none else beside me. Therefore shall evil come upon thee, thou shalt not know from whence it ariseth, and mischief shall fall upon thee, and thou shalt not be able to put it off, and desolation shall come upon thee suddenly, which thou shalt not know. Stand now with thine enchantments and with the multitude of thy sorceries, wherein thou hast labored from thy youth. If so, thou shalt be able to profit. If so, be thou mayest prevail. So Yahweh Bashar Shah is telling Esau even to continue to do what he's been doing, and maybe that will deliver you from the destruction that's coming, using your enchantments and your sorceries that you labor from your youth, and they won't be able to help him at all. So Isaiah 8 and 19, Isaiah 8 and 19, it says, and when they shall say unto you, and the point, like I said, was the fact that he's using these enchantments and sorceries. Isaiah 8 and 19, and when they shall say unto you, seek unto them that have familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep, and that mutter, I think no, I don't have that. Should not a people seek unto their power for the living to the dead? So as you can see, this is something that's common, people with familiar spirits, and unto wizards that peep. It says Isaiah 19 and 3, and the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy the counsel thereof, and they shall seek to idols and to charmers and to them that have familiar spirits and to the wizards. Right, and these are different individuals that may be able to form these different enchantments and sorceries and things like that. As you just a prime example here, Exodus 7:11, when Moses went to free the people of Yahweh, and he performed the different acts in front of Moses, Pharaoh called also upon his sorcerers, and they basically performed the same, uh, enchantments or miracles, or using like basically that. It says, then Pharaoh also called the wise men and the sorcerers. Now the magicians of Egypt, they also did in like manner with their enchantment. So everything that Moses was able to do, the Pharaoh's sorcerers were also able to do these different things on the left hand side, right? So that's the point. You can go check that story out, and actually you can start probably the 7th verse, and you can get into it. This is Ephesians 2 verse 1. It says, and you hath he quickened who were dead in trespasses and sin, wherein in time past you walked according to the course of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, the spirit that now worketh in the children of disobedience. Right, so Satan is working through his children, Esau, Edom, the so-called white man, and also the heathen round about, to perform wickedness. It says, among whom also we all had our conversation in time past in the lust of our flesh, fulfilling the desires of the flesh and of the mind, right? And were by nature the children of wrath, even as others. So once again, you falling after your mind, will just, lead you to destruction, right? That's why you have to, turn back and fight, and go to Yahweh Shai Shai. Put on that new man. Renew your thoughts. This is Ephesians 6 and 10. It says, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord Yahweh Shai and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. Right, and that's the many different attacks that Esau Edom comes with. And that goes into enchantments, as in trying to push out these wicked demons on the left hand side, to enter or speak things into your mind, or whatever the case may be, anything that Esau Edom could do, to try to slow you down. Ephesians 6 and 12. And for you people that don't have Yahweh Shai, even mainly the nations round about, that's why the nations round about are getting upset, because this man of sin has been revealed, right, to be the devil. He is. you know it says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. Let me start over. Ephesians 6 and 10. It said, finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord Yahweh Shai and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore, and that's pretty much the point. Read that again. It says, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. So that goes into all of the demons and the wicked banking elites. They perform satanic rituals, mixing, with the blood and all these different things to bring forth demonic spirits. You have things like CERN, the Hadron Collider, where they're smashing atoms together, trying to bring forth more demons, and who knows what else they're trying to do with that. Open portals to, whatever the case may be, whatever they think they're trying to do. That's why the scriptures say in, I believe it's Psalms 2. It says, Psalms 2 and 1, why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? It says, the kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord Yahweh Shai and against his anointed, saying, a whole bunch of blasphemy, basically, and they imagine vain things like having CERN and colliding atoms to try to offset prophecy and slow down the Lord. This is Revelations 18 and 20. It says, rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for Yahweh hath avenged you on her. Right, and this is talking about Babylon the Great, Esau, even a so-called white man, right? Because this is the place that will be destroyed along with Israel, through World War III, which will go nuclear, right? And during that time, Yahweh Shai will come and redeem his elect from Babylon the Great, which is USA, and around the world, right? Once World War III takes off and it gets nuclear. It says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. Right? So the Most High Yahweh Shai is coming. He's sending Yahweh Shai. He's sending the angels, and through nuclear war, Babylon the Great will be, thrown down. So this is what that great millstone is going into, and also, once again, like I always say sometimes in my videos, I'm leading whoever to the water, but I can't make you drink. And that's the water basically being the true 100% word of Yahweh Shai, and that comes from the men of Great Millstone, right? Starting from the elder apostles on down, right? Elder Apostle Har on down. So, there you go. You go wash the brothers, get edified, and repent. Hear and be converted. Anyway. Revelations 18:21, it says, and a mighty angel took up a stone like a great millstone and cast it into the sea, saying, thus with violence shall that great city Babylon be thrown down, and shall be found no more at all. And the voice of harpers and musicians and pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee, because this place is going to be totally destroyed. Not one person will survive, even if you think you got a bunker somewhere underground in Babylon, that you won't survive at all. Yahushua is coming back. He's coming back with chariots, and from those chariots he will issue fire or laser beams from those chariots, to target those individuals that pierced his side, because he's still thinking about that in the kingdom. From when he was here on earth, he got a special beef with certain of you, and that laser beam, you might feel that thing forever. Who knows? Not forever, but he's upset basically. So anyway, it says, "And the voice of harpers and musicians and pipers and trumpeters shall be heard no more at all in thee, and no craftsman of whatsoever craft he be shall be found any more in thee, and the sound of a millstone shall be heard no more at all in thee." Right. So no more work is going to be done here. No more factories. No more. None of that stuff. It says, "And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more at all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived." So see, by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. And, this is going to play a big part on the different nations round about that go ahead and take this MOTB, and now they have their thoughts up there in the cloud on the computer, and they're thinking like whatever they're thinking, and now they got SWAT teams surrounding them and all of that. It says, "In her was found the blood of the prophets and the saints and of all that were slain upon the earth," right? So Esau, Edom has a lot to pay for, for the different sins against the Israelites, for killing the men of the Lord, right? And those that follow the men of the Lord, or, that follow Yahweh Shai Shai, basically the body, all aspects of the body from the top to the bottom, basically. And that body being the spiritual body of the house of David, the Israelites. So you got some apostles, some teachers, some healers, different things that Esau Edom has slain from the top to the bottom, and he's gonna pay for all of that. So with that, hope you're edified from this lesson. UK court delivers first ever thought crime conviction in British history, and this is what's gonna come through. That's why we need the Lord. With that, I'll say shalom to the hopeful elect, which consists of men, women, and children. Shalom.